Guten Tag, it's Rich from Hughes Kettner with Phil Manansala. Mice and Men, we're here on the band's tour with Five Finger Death Punch and the Mighty In Flames here in Luxembourg. Phil, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be on this tour, and metal's kicking ass all over Europe, so we're doing really good.
How has it been so far? You've been going on first, playing half-an-hour shows, winning over the crowds of the other bands.
Yeah, I feel like with this tour, being on a metal package, it's a lot easier for our music to get across to the fans out here. In Flames and Five Finger Death Punch are pretty heavy metal bands, so we have a big shoe to fill to, open up the crowd and get the crowd ready for these guys. But yeah, it's crazy.
And you've had a few changes yourself over the last year. As some of you may know, Phil recently started playing the TriAmp, which is stood behind us here. We did an interview with him at the NAMM show in January this year, and since then you've been in the studio, you've been on stages. Tell us about it, your experiences with the amp.
So when I first got the head in January, received it. It was the best gift after Christmas I've ever gotten. And then we went from there. I dialed it up, took it to the studio. We used it almost as every track for our newest album, Defy. We used it as a tone for, every rhythm guitar pretty much, and some leads as well. And the clean channel, so from distortion to clean, it did everything in between. And then after that, to tour. I toured with the Deluxe 40 at first because our flight dates, it made it easier to travel around the world and whatnot. But then, I luckily enough got one of these out in Europe as well. And as great as the Deluxe 40 is, it's great to have the TriAmp with all the power on stage because it's absolutely all you need. So.
Tell us a little bit about what you were using before and what you've changed to now.
So yeah, before that I was just running my Axe effects just as a, as a cab mod and a head in one. And then I just got over the digital tone and wanted to try something new. And I was reading a lot about amps and stumbled upon the Hughes Kettner TriAmp. And it does everything in between from the, picking from power tubes as you would like to do on an Axe effects interface editor. All the editing is just right in front of you. You don't need a laptop to set up this computer. So I left the computer at home and I brought a real amp on stage now. And it's night and day difference. I feel like I get full body tone now. And like I said, there's nothing in between that this amp misses from clean and heavy. So I have no complaints, just only excitement from the studio and receiving it to where we are now.
Just about the new album Defy, it's coming out next year. We've already heard a couple of tracks from it, but what can you tell us about that so far? Anything?
Relentless riffs, and we really wanted to keep our core fans a part of our fandom still, and show them that we still are the band that we were 8 years ago, and we've still learned so many other things from all the tours and writing we've done with producers to the band we are today. So we kind of infused both of those together and made this concoction, which is Defy. Yeah.
And the singles that we've heard already, Unbreakable, for example, is that a sign of what's to come? A bit more melody as well as the heavy stuff?
Yeah, the melody and heavy is kind of what Mice and Men has been based off of from the past. The heaviness, we always have to have a little melodic time, and Aaron really shines through these powerful riffs and really displays the kind of frontman that he truly is.
Because you've got a new band set up, he's taking on full-time lead vocal duties, you're also doing backing vocals on stage. How has that change been for you, lot?
Oh, so much! It's so much fun. We feel like, like a Metallica mega four-piece, just all these microphones and being able to, help where I can with Aaron with the vocals. So it's exciting. It's just another role we get to add to our, to guitar playing and whatnot. So maybe singing next. Who knows? It could be possible.
Yeah, why not? You can sing.
Why not? I could sing like an angel. So, an angel. No, okay. Well, I try my best. But yeah, eventually we'll try to do that. But we're really happy with where we are now, and we've really dialed in our tones and have everything precisely how we like it. So yeah, everything's pretty good right now.
Awesome. Just talking about the on-stage setup, you and the tech were also saying before that it's quite quiet on stage because you're all using in-ear monitors the whole time. Has that been something you've done for a while, or is it a new thing?
Yeah, we've done it for about 4 years now, using in-ears, and you kind of have to develop feeling isolated, because all you have is your ears. You don't have any movement of sound, or, there's bass vibration in the stage, but it's not the same as cabinet pumping, tone at your legs, and you feel the vibration, you feel the power. But yeah, it's like I said, it's very isolated, like an island. You kind of you're in your own head. I think it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's so crystal clear on our ears that my little mistakes, you hear it even times 10, but out front you don't hear it.
Yeah.
But it keeps you honest, so it's good.
And tell me about the experience of using the Redbox DI on the TriAmp and also the Rivera, the Power Soak here.
Yeah, so the Deluxe 40 has the Redbox DI out with multiple different simulators, so you could get a vintage tone, you could get a heavy metal tone, or you get like a nice rocky, British tone. So there's you could find whatever you want through there, and you don't need our, the Riviera power amp. So you need a power amp, not a power amp, what's it called? Power source to help power the Hughes and Kettner, since we're not using a cabinet as well. So it doesn't miss anything and sounds fantastic. So yeah, it does the job.
And just about your guitars that you're using, a few people have been asking, and I know it's nothing to do with us, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Tell us about the Ibanez guitars that you're using, and can anyone get them anywhere? Yeah,
so my Ibanez Customs, my 6 and 7 string, I've had questions about them. People are like, are they going to be on sale? And I hope one day they are. As for now, they're just my pride and joy customs, and people could stare at them and drool and look at them if they like to. And if you try to steal one, damn. There's only 2 in the world, so I'll find it. But yeah, I wish one day they'll be out for production model, because they're absolutely beautiful guitars. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. One more thing I wanted to ask about was how you came to find out about the blue lights in the first place. You already told me the little story, but can you tell that again? Because I thought that was really cool.
When I was 14 or 15, I was going to this venue called Showcase Theater in Corona, California, and that was like the hip, emo shows, all that stuff were going on there, because at the time metalcore wasn't big. It was like 200 cap rooms, and I thought that was like the biggest it would ever be. And I saw the band Seos in there, which was one of my favorite bands growing up as a teenager. And the guitar player Bo Burchell, he had the version 2 of this head, and I was really infatuated by the lights at first, like a bug. The lights attracted me, and then the tone on top of that was, I wanted that, and then finally I got a hold of the guys at HK, and, we started a business relationship there, and like I said, I have never been happier with the company. So, yeah.
Awesome. That is very great to hear.
Yeah.
Well, sound check is underway. I guess we're going to leave you to it for now, but just finish off by telling us what's coming up in 2018 for you guys. Coming back to Europe to headline, maybe? Or?
Yeah, we'll be back. I don't know the exact dates. We'll be back on a headliner. The Defy tour is going to be definitely reaching the European shores. Keep your eye out for our new album, and make sure you put it loud, put it on 10, bang your head, and make sure you check out Of Mice and Men. We're back on tour.
Brilliant. Well, Phil, thank you very much for taking the time. Phil Manansala from Of Mice and Men. Check them out. Check us out on hughesandkettner.com, and we shall see you next time. Cheers.